Hi everyone, it's Raquel here. We're on day 11 of the Celebrate America 250. And today I'm a little bit excited about this one because I've actually heard of the person that it's about, but I didn't know he uses a scripture in a unique way. And I chose this piece of the surprise because the person that I'm going to talk about tonight, he actually created something that has been used in our country for centuries. It is a pretty much a household name, and when I get to it, you'll understand when I say that why. And so it was made with love, and it's lasted for almost the entire time that we've been a country. So, we're looking at 250 years almost. But it was Noah Webster. His brother had accused him of being an enthusiast for Jesus, and so he replied to his brother in a letter, and then that letter actually later became a pamphlet, and he uses Acts 26, 24, and 25, and it's when Paul is being accused of something, and his accuser says, so this is a scripture, this is what his accuser says. Festus said with a loud voice, "Paul, you are beside yourself. Much learning is driving you mad." But he said, "I am not mad, most noble Festus, but I speak the words of truth and reason." And that's Acts 26, 24, and 25. So he used that in a letter to his brother. But going back in time a little bit before he wrote that, and he's the person who used this is Noah Webster. And of course, when you think of Noah Webster, most people think of the dictionary. He wrote the first dictionary in 1828, and it had more than 65,000 words. And it kind of made the American language as it was back then. And it's laid a foundation and solidified the people. And this was the scripture. He used it on June 4th in 1800. But Noah Webster was a very brilliant man. He was a little eccentric and smart. He tried to be a teacher, and he failed at that. He tried to be a lawyer. He failed at that. He wanted the biographer job working for George Washington, and he didn't get that. So it was like everything that he tried, he failed at. It was failure upon failure, but he never gave up. And he eventually, he wrote the dictionary, and we still use that today. It's still a well-known dictionary. And I don't know, this was one that I enjoyed the most, and that's why I used the Made with Love in the USA, because our first dictionary made in America was made with love, and he loved what he did when he did that. And it says that basically he suffered from depression and anxiety and things like that. But when he came to Christ through his daughters when they were teenagers, and he said that those things left him pretty much immediately after. He didn't suffer from them anymore after he accepted Christ. And that's part of the reason why they called him enthusiasts back then. Today I think we probably use the word zealot. You hear people use that, or overly religious or whatever, but there's lots of words that people would use to say that. But the Bible does say that we should, teach of Christ and talk of Christ in our comings and our goings, when we're walking, when we go to bed, when we wake up. So we should be thinking about him all the time. with that, I want to say thank you for listening, and I hope you're enjoying these little primer lessons. So I also encourage you, if you're interested in a particular person or event that I talk about, I encourage you to look it up and look deeper into what that person did and what they really believed, and try to find what they actually believe, because a lot of them used scriptures in their everyday writings. So with that, have a good day or a good evening, whichever time you're listening, and happy family building.